Hey, today I wanted to talk to you about the Blackberry 9700 phone. Now, I've had several Blackberry phones over the last couple years, and this one I think really is the best of the ones I've had. I think they've listened to the problems and concerns of their customers, and they have definitely fixed things up here. So real quick, I'll go over the specs, and then more importantly, I'll go over the changes I've noticed. First of all, it's on the Blackberry 6 OS, and I found that it's been really easy to browse the web on this, which is nice. The media player is definitely a bit improved. I like the way they have things laid out now, and you can actually play your songs a lot easier. I had an old phone where you couldn't even select the order of which you played your stuff, which was always weird. Facebook and Twitter work with no problem on this, of course. This has Bluetooth 2.1. The service I haven't had a problem with. I do think that the emailing on this is really good. I like the system and the layout they have for it. And the scheduling and like the calendar section I think is also pretty good. 256 megs of flash memory, which isn't really that interesting to me. But more importantly, I'd like to talk about what I think the good changes are. One, definitely the keyboard. The way they have the keyboard laid out on this now is much easier to type accurately. On the old one, the Pearl, which I had last, the buttons were all individual, and I did like this, but I found that I preferred all the buttons together, and then they have like little ridges on them. The other big thing you can notice is the trackpad. This is the old trackpad, which I always thought was great until it wore out, and this happened not only on this phone, but the previous Blackberry I had, which was like the older model of the Pearl. So I didn't like the trackpad, so I'm glad they switched to the touch sensitive thing. And I found that this works a bit better. It's kind of interesting to get used to it, but once you figure it out, it's clearly the way to go, and it has to last longer than these trackballs do because these things just wear out and they lose their sensitivity, which is really frustrating. Also, another thing I like is on the older Blackberry, it was really easy to pop the back off. And I'm a klutzy person, so I tend to drop things, and so I would always have this thing flying off, and it was a big deal. On this, however, I still can't even figure out how to get the back off because it's that tight. The button on here seems to be the obvious way to do it, but with pushing around, this thing is really sturdy. So as far as that goes, this thing is clearly the victor. While we're back here as well, the camera, which was my last point, is that the 3.2 megapixel camera on this actually takes pretty clear pictures in comparison to the old one. So those would be my main points for this, is that it's definitely more durable than previous Blackberries. The trackpad is definitely improved. It's much easier to move around on it. The keyboard is more sensitive but yet more accurate, and I've found myself typing a little faster on it. I know that sounds crazy, but it's totally true. So I'd recommend checking out that feature for sure if you're really into texting and emailing and all that stuff from your phone. And last but not least, the camera is certainly better on this one. So this is the BlackBerry Bold 9700. For more information, click the link below to check it out. I see that the prices have gone down on them recently, and I definitely think it's a good phone to try. So check it out, and thanks for watching.